Hi, I'm going to discuss exactly what happened in our embryo transfer for IVF. So stay tuned if you want to hear what it's actually like to go through a transfer. So this is going to be talking about exactly what actually happens in an embryo transfer. Admittedly, this is based upon the UK, but one would assume it's basically the same protocol pretty much whatever country you go into. I mean, there's only so many ways one can transfer an embryo into a uterus, you think. So if I'm wrong, please let me know below. I'd be interested to see if it differs in another country or other clinics. So the first thing we did when we got there in the clinic we were going to is we talk with the embryologist, and they tell you about the embryos that they're planning on transferring, and you go through some paperwork. They explain the paperwork and you sign it. I signed it and my IM signed it, and they were basically telling us how they had one 8-celled embryo to transfer into me. They had basically, it was slightly different. They had frozen the embryos originally at day 1. My IM had cancer, and it was a hormone sensitive cancer. So they had 27 days to harvest eggs and everything. So what they did is they harvested, they threw some sperm at it, the embryos, the eggs fertilized everything, and they froze them immediately. And there were 2 frozen eggs. So they thawed this egg on Monday, and they wanted to let it grow because it had been frozen at day 1, whereas normally they'd thaw it and about 2 hours later they'd transfer it. But with this FET, they thawed it on the Monday, and they wanted to make sure it grew for a couple of days until it was at day 3. They wanted to see it at a 7 or 8 cell, and this was at an 8 cell. And after 24 hours of being thawed, or no, it's less than that, thawed it in the afternoon, and by the following morning it had divided into 4 cells, which was apparently brilliant. So it's high achiever little dude. They explained to us that because of my IM's age at egg collection, which was 39 for anyone needs statistics, the chances of it actually working were probably between 15 and 20%. However, because this the embryo had done absolutely spot on everything exactly when they wanted, they said it could be as much as a 30% chance. But obviously this is just a statistics. It's not necessarily real. That egg may actually be like definitely going to work, or it's got no chance for whatever reason. We don't know. It hadn't really fragmented or anything like that. Everything looked really, really good. So after going through all of that and signing the paperwork, we went downstairs. My IF stayed upstairs. He was allowed to come down. I said he's more than welcome, but he was like, you're all right, I'm gonna just stay here and drink coffee. So I don't actually blame him. So I went downstairs, and my IM got gowned up and put the funky hat thing on. We both stole our hats, you know, because they throw them away anyway. But that's the only bit we stole. We didn't steal the aprons. But we put the hats on to hide the hair. We have got a picture of us, and I look like Elphaba, and I actually photoshopped it so I'm green. If my IM's all right with me sharing that, I probably will on Facebook or something, or on my page, because it's just one of the worst photos of me ever, yet brilliant. She's a stunner. I don't know why I matched with her. She's far too pretty. So, I get naked from the waist down, which is never awkward with people at all that you're not married to. In fact, even if I was married, even with Darren there, it would be awkward when you're gowned up with a naked booty. So yeah, I've got my hair pulled back and in this hat, and I've got these covers on my socks because I took my boots off, and I've got this apron on with my arse basically out of the back. Luckily, it just folded over me, but it was a close call to being actually flashing. And when you're ready, they walk you through to the room where you get on the table, and they got me to smush down to the end and my feet in the stirrups, and then they take away the end of the table, so your arse is basically hanging off this table or bed or whatever you want to call it. It's a very awkward feeling, and you were exposed. And then just to make matters even better, they lift the table up, so the doctor's staring right down the tunnel of doom. And Darren cracked a joke earlier and said it would only be bad if he went echo, echo, echo. I was like, yeah, thanks, love. That's my husband. Thank you, baby. He's bringing me food though, so I can't be too rude about him. I love it when it goes white. Look, makes me look flawless. Anyone on my Instagram saw I had an absolutely fantastic allergic reaction the other day. wow, it's not gone yet, can you tell? Anyway, so yeah, they are right. He's right there. Everything is there. You're no dignity. He knows my vagina better than I do now. He was right eye level. And so it pops a speculum in and cranks you open just to make it even more awkward feeling. And then they get these giant, they're like cotton buds that you would use in your ears, but you're not supposed to use them in your ears, but everyone uses them in their ears. And it was like a giant elongated, sterilised version of that. And then he cleans out the cervix. So he cleans all of the cervix, and in it, any mucus, cervical mucus is normal, people, I'm not disease ridden. And just clean the area and make sure everything's clean and safe and there's nothing that the embryos could get stuck in the wrong place. Give them a clear line of somewhere to go. So when everything's prepared and they've got a light shining down the alleyway, that is your lady parts. And I felt like saying, did I miss any hairs? No, shaving? No. It seemed inappropriate to crack too many jokes, though my IM and I were told to quieten down and calm. Felt like I was being told off, scolded like a school child. But I'm one of these people that if I'm in an awkward situation, and that looks really straggly hair, I crack jokes. I get awkward and I crack jokes and I'm inappropriate and it's just a stress response. So I was like, closed my eyes and I was singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, a la Judy Garland in my head, and I was picturing the scenes because I love Wizard of Oz. And very zen. I thought it was quite a nice, happy song, and it's about dreams coming true and everything. So that's what I forgot to tell my IM, that's what I was singing in my head to sort of calm myself down. Love Judy Garland. If I was a man, I would have definitely been gay. And so I was doing that and it was very calm, and then all the lights go down and everything's dimmed and everything's quiet, and they bring the embryos that the embryologist has sucked up into this giant pipette thing that's about that long, and it's it's just a pipette. It's just a gigantically long pipette. It's very small, very understated, and it's not wrapped in fairy lights, and there isn't glitter and there isn't amazing music. It's all very quiet. And it does seem like, oh, is that it? I was used to it because I've had it done before, but my IM was like, she was just amazed that it was something so understated. Molly, stop being grumpy. So understated and so simple, and that was where the embryo was. It's just, or embryos for some people, they're just sat in this pipette. So they brought the pipette through, and the doctor take a while to like get it in, but I have got a tilted cervix and a retroverted uterus, and so that probably is like, it's a little uncomfortable for me, kind of like an extra impressive smear test when you get your cervix cleaned. It's a little facey pulling, but I think for me that is only because I have a tilted cervix, and therefore it's not as easy to get because it's like going like that rather than that. So yeah, that was absolutely fine. So they pop it in and he takes a minute to make sure he's got it in the right place. I think he stares a lot so he visualises your uterus and where it is. And when he's comfortable with where it is, and you know, he's going to know, not me, they eject the little embryo or embryos into your uterus and withdraw it, and then it's taken very quietly out of the room, and they go and check the pipette and make sure it's gone. They go, all clear, and then the door is closed and the lights come back on, and they're like, excellent, everything's in there. So they take the speculum out, thank you gosh, and you can close your legs and get a little bit of, actually to be fair, there's no dignity at this point, but yeah, you can close your legs, and they say lay there for a minute, and they go through, you're like, no rigorous exercise, don't go up and down the stairs unnecessarily, no caffeine whatsoever, no hot bath, no heat packs, I don't care how much pain you're in, suck it up. No ibuprofen or anti-inflammatory of any kind, just paracetamol. No cats and dogs allowed on your lap. No lifting your children, no matter what. No lifting anything. No bending, no stretching. There's a whole lot of thing. And then at the end, and I don't know what she thought I was planning on doing. I love this woman, she's lovely. But as I was leaving, she went, oh, and Lisa, no sexual intercourse for at least 12 days. I wasn't planning on going home and jumping my husband anyway, but okay. And I was like, and I said, it's all right, I've told him he can't have any until I'm 12 weeks pregnant. That way, if he gets some early, he's going to be super happy. If he doesn't, he won't be disappointed. Mainly kidding, it's just fun to wind him up. He won't watch this, so I can say it. And she was like, okay then. But I felt like, did you think I was going to go home and jump his bones? I mean, seriously, I'm, funnily enough, not feeling really in the mood for that sort of entertainment right now, but thank you kindly for the offer. Well, okay, not that it was an offer, but still, you know what I mean. I was a bit like, made an already awkward situation just a little bit more awkward, thanks. But yeah, So that was it, and then I was told to go and lay down for 20 minutes, and I wasn't on my own this time. I had my IM with me, so we just talked, and she was saying she was amazed that it was just this pipette, that's all it was, and had a bit of a giggle about being told off for being noisy or, like, I don't know, childish or something, but like calm. Okay, very zen. And just had a chat. We waited, I think, for more like 30 minutes. I think there was this fear, and then we got up, and I've been walking. I met up with them for breakfast this morning, and everything was fine. It actually, do you know, the more I see them, the more I think they're brilliant. But part of me is regretting it as well, because now the pressure to not fail them, not let them down, to definitely get pregnant is like so much worse. Because I'm like, I don't want to let them down. I don't want to let them down. I've done that once with IPs before, and I still, to this day, when I think about it, want to bawl my eyes out that it didn't work. But, you know, being ridiculous and pathetic about it all isn't going to change what it is. I mean, we've got, as far as I'm concerned, we've got 20% chance, and that's a damn good chance. If you had, as my IM said, if you were told you had a 20% chance of winning the lottery, you would be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, this is brilliant, let's go buy tickets. So, you know, and there is a backup plan if it doesn't work. We just hope we don't need to use it. But yeah, so I'm excited, and I'm nervous, and I'm apprehensive, and I'm terrified, and I'm like bursting, and just a whole mass of emotions yet again. But I'm having quiet days, and my husband's off, and you know, all of that good stuff. So I will let you know on the 3rd of February the outcome, unless we know beforehand. But the 3rd of February I would be able to do a video giving the official results and everything. So watch out for that if you're interested. I might do a vlog as I'm waiting. If anyone's interested about any symptoms I may or may not have, I think most of them are going to be in my head. But if you have any questions or comments or anything, do let me know below. I will answer. I will do videos based on anything you want without having a shower with my clothes on. No, I will not be putting my feet in front of the camera for you to read my souls, or anything twisted or a little bit pervy. I mean, if you get your rocks off that way, fine, but I'm not really interested in playing. But yeah, that's it really. I will love you and leave you. I think you're all wonderful and fantastic and brilliant, and thank you for the support and the love and the encouragement. I cannot thank you people enough. I just, you know, you're amazing, and I'm very, very grateful. And hopefully there will be pregnancy vlogs starting in a couple of weeks. I mean, that is the dream. So we will see you later. My grumpy dog and I are going to go now. All right, take care. Bye.